Détroit, and welcome to a new video. I guess you can call it a podcast because the drawing video is completely unrelated to what I'm actually talking about. Today's topic is about routine, or rather my own relationship with routines. A lot of people find routines comfortable. You feel good always having the same routine, the same aspect of your life. For example, it could be like your morning routine, like I'm taking a shower, then having coffee, all this thought of small rituals that you have. And it's especially the case if you have a fixed day job. For example, I'm working in a research lab and my schedule is basically always the same. I always come in at the same time, I leave at the same time. And how does that really work with art? Because by nature, art is all about being creative. So if you have a routine, you're kind of like setting your brain to always do the same thing. So it's not really creative. I think that's why oftentimes we see pictured in books or movies, or like the stereotypical writer who goes into a lonely cabin in the mountains for like 3 weeks because he needs the new idea to deal with the blank page syndrome. Or I don't really know if it's called blank page syndrome in English at least. You often have this image of the artist, how he tries to break their routine in order to be creative. So how does that work? I guess it kind of makes sense for like a standalone book or something. For me, I think it has kind of the opposite effect. I'm not that sure because I have a very strong routine and I don't necessarily dislike it. Sometimes I like to mix things up a little bit, but I feel that it works for me because I'm always writing. I'm writing almost every day, and because I'm not writing a standalone book, it's a long novel and I'm publishing chapters regularly, so I need to write regularly. I need to be in that constant grinding flow. So yeah, of course, what works for me might not necessarily work for you. And I think every artist needs to see what works best for them. If you don't have a lot of imagination or you feel like you don't for a certain length of time, sometimes it's good to try to change your routine and what you're doing and like go out at some point or do something unexpected for you, like something you wouldn't necessarily think about. And that could help you trigger some creativity. And the same also works for the opposite point of view. Like if you are never thinking about stuff, like sometimes it's good to condition your brain to be creative at certain points. I think that's what I'm doing because I always have the same routine and it's been that way for a long time, for I think almost 2 years. I've always been writing at the same time. My morning routine is almost always the same. And because I'm always doing the same things, it becomes instinctual at some point. It becomes automatic. I think that allows my brain to focus on something else. Like instead of asking myself, what am I going to do in 5 minutes? Because I know that in 5 minutes, I'm going to do what I do at this time every single day. So my brain is free to think about other stuff. And usually it taps into the creative part of the brain. I often find myself getting new ideas for my books and drawings and stuff at the same time every day. So maybe I've just conditioned my brain to do that, or maybe it's just who I am. In the end, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, these are just my thoughts about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the drawing and maybe the conversation. If you have ideas about that, tell me in the comments. Tell me how your routine affects you, or if you don't have a routine, and if you're creative, how does it get influenced by all that? So yeah, leave a comment. If you like the video, well, click like. If you want to see more stuff like this, please consider subscribing and check out my Instagram as well. It's at d3_sd, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.